I've altered a few settings and sound settings, so hopefully it shouldn't be as dark as it was in the previous videos, and hopefully you'll actually be able to hear the fucking people speak, which is quite important for the story mode series that I'm doing. Speaking of which, I know I haven't got onto it yet, and I still haven't got onto it yet, but you know, by the end of this episode, it should be, or the start of next episode. I promise by that episode, it will start. So I just wanted to finish off by showing you a couple of aspects. This is like the dodge. This is teaching you to dodge. So of course, double tap to dodge. You've got your dodge bar at the bottom there as the yellow one. You see it's going back up now. And simply you dodge to get through things. And then that is how that's just basically how you dodge. So especially if there's any AoEs on the floor or anything, like if I just walk into this, boom, can't get through it. However, if I dodge, boom, evaded. Simples, that's dodging. It's pretty cool shit. It is pretty cool shit. Another thing, I'm level 5 now, so basically what I can do is, let's pick on this inquest, is I can counter attack. So if there we go, I blocked and I TP'd away, and more of my little things, what you call it, showed up. Another thing I could do is I could do this, which confuses them. The big, the swirly circle means every time they use abilities, they get damaged. So far I've got Torment on these two abilities and Confuse on my other ability. So basically if they move they take damage, which is Torment, and if they use abilities they take damage, which is Confusion. So yeah, I'll show you this as well. So I've got my people up. That wasn't really obvious, but I'll do it again. So essentially, I can now press F1 to destroy all my clones, damaging nearby foes. The shatter effect also occurs at your location. So essentially, using this spec, there are more specs high levels. Using this ability, you can essentially, oh god, you can make all of your clones explode, dealing massive burst damage in quite a big AoE as well. So that's kinda what it is used for. Let's block this. Oh, he channeled it. Let's evade it instead. There we are. And they actually run into enemies before they explode as well, which is pretty decent, I think. Block. Boom. And that's how you do it. And the little circles above show you how many illusions you have up. So I've got 3 here. So if it's a big battle and you can't exactly see what the fuck is going on, you've got illusions here, and they will tell you how many illusions you got to displace. This is called a hero challenge. It's pretty easy because low level, and I've got a randomer helping me as well. Essentially what that does is it grants me a hero challenge point. Now, this is where the game gets interesting, fun, a little bit unique. I really bloomin' love it. So you have these things called specializations. Can't really see any of them here. I have to level up to show you. Okay, that's fine. I have to get to level 11 to show that anyway, but okay. For the sake of that, then that's just how you gain hero points. You go up to whatever the fuck it is that has the hero point, you do it, and then you gain it. So in this case it was a fighting one, so I fought it, killed it, got a hero point. Sometimes it's just consuming an item, sometimes it's getting to a location and communing with a point of power. It's got some interesting things on it. It's good shit. Right, there we are. Level up. We can have a great sword, or we can have a torch. I'm gonna go for torch, just for now. We can always get a great sword later, because great swords are pretty fun, let's be honest, especially on a Mesmer. Let's get rid of that. Let's just accept this real quick. Yeah. So, no, we want equipment. There we are. So now we have a torch. Essentially, the way weapons work in this game, probably should have ran through this, is every proficiency, which is basically class. So every class proficiency can have a set amount of weapons. So for example, I can't have a mace. I can't have a rifle. But I can have a torch, a focus, a staff, a scepter, a pistol, a greatsword, and a normal sword. And essentially how it works is in your main hand, so you say sword main hand, it will show you your first 3 abilities, and then your secondary weapon will be the last 2 abilities. Obviously if it's something like a greatsword, it's dual wielding, so it does all 5 of your abilities there. So I hope that makes sense. So you can sword main hand and sword off hand and have a combo of these 5 abilities, or you can have a sword main hand and a pistol off hand and have a combo of these 3 abilities and then these 2 abilities from the pistol off hand. I do believe you can, okay, maybe not, you can't have pistol main hand, so you can either have, you know, and that ties in with absolutely fucking everything to do with specializations and everything, that it goes really in depth on different things like that. So one cool thing about having torch in the secondary hand is I have the ability to puff, go invisible for 3 seconds, and reappear and explode, dealing fire damage. So it adds to the evasive nature of this kind of like setup, I suppose, of the Mesmer. Because invisibility is always fun, and I love the fact that this game isn't so restricting depending on what class you play. Like if you're a guardian, you're not just a paladin. You know, you can be a condition damage paladin, you can be a healy paladin, tanky paladin. You know, there's so much shit you can do. Like with warriors, for example, there are they can run ranged weapons, which I think is a lovely job play. So I can be a warrior with a rifle, which is one of my favorite setups on warrior, and it's just super fun to play. Like, I don't know really, I don't keep up with the meta in this game, so I can't tell you what is the best to do, but I can damn well tell you what I find fun. Probably one of my favorite is dual pistol thieves. My secondary main, Oleander, wow, he's probably my main now, I haven't played Eleanor in a while, is a dual pistol thief, and it's super fun. You pump out insane amount of damage with your combos and stuff. Oh, it's just brilliant. Right, so he just leveled up. Let's go do this. So this is another hero quest that I can't do, I think, because he just did it. I'll just destroy this table in the meantime. Yeah. Get fucking wrecked table. Here we are. The Arcanic interferometer seems to be calibrated to a mysterious frequency. Focus the frequency. And it's this guy. Let's get out of the way of that. Then let's press block. Let's do that. There we go. One more thing, then I'm going to explode them all. Do massive damage, heal. Jump out of the way. Around. I'm going to get ready to block. Oh, I missed it. Damn it. There we are. That was a bit harder. If you saw, if not you can go back and check, when his health bar popped up along the top, it was a bronze circle around his icon, meaning that he's a slightly harder boss than, he's like a special enemy. He's slightly harder than most enemies of that level. And it goes bronze, silver, gold, purple, I want to say. Yeah, I think it's bronze, silver, gold, purple. And purple bosses, you need like a raid squad to kill them. Actually, I'm just gonna put these. Silver bosses, you can usually do depending on what class you are and how good you are. Bronzes are pretty easy. You can probably take on 2 at the same time if you're good. Golds, you kind of have to have like a dungeon party, and then purple's like a full-on raid party. Essentially, you know, you can do purples, like, it varies, you know, like it's not set in stone. There we are, level 8. Level 8's a good one, because it gets you all of your abilities. So now I have this one, which is strike and burn nearby foes. Create an illusion that releases a massive wave of fire that burns, confuses, and interrupts. So interrupts is obviously if they're channeling something, you interrupt them. Boom. It's pretty cool. It's like a massive explosion from me. Let's get away with that. I didn't do it in time. And explode on they asses. Right. So that's that done. I'm slowly getting to level 10. It's slower than I thought it would be. The last character I played, of course, was my thief, and leveling him from 0 to 80 was actually kind of quick. Because, of course, XP boosts. I did buy a bundle one time and got a lot of XP boosts from that, but a lot of them, most of them, were obtained through in-game gameplay, so... Hopefully, I might ping some to this character in between the higher levels. There's no point wasting an XP boost to get to level 10, because, you know, it just wouldn't, it wouldn't be fun. You'd level up just way too quickly, I believe. Yeah, so hopefully when I get to level 10, which by the start of next episode I should have that ready for you. Also, one thing I haven't yet mentioned, which is actually quite a big point of the game that I like, is that in some areas of the game there are jumping puzzle quests, which it's like opinions on these vary from person to person. I absolutely love them. One of my favourite memories from this game was a couple years ago now, when I played this game on Halloween for the first time, and there was this whole instance of this tower, and this tower rotated with all these parts flying around it, and it was basically a dungeon run that reset every time all of you died. And it was just this rotating, towering, jumping puzzle that you had to do. And I remember sitting for the hours doing over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I got so close to finishing it, but I had to stop for whatever reason. And then the event stopped, and I was gutted because I knew, like, maybe the next 5 runs I would get it. But, oh man, it's just such a nice memory. Like, you know, just it's a real challenge as well. So yeah, I will say, welcome to Ratasum. This is the Asuran capital. It's essentially a massive cube, and first time you come here, it's gonna be pretty complicated to figure out. Have some pride. Use a conveyor belt. Can I jump that? No. There we are. Conveyor belts. What is this? Like the College of something? There's a little market stall over there. Oh, it zooms out onto the balcony. That's pretty cool. So this is Ratasum. So cool. And that square at the top there is the council chamber or something. Pardon me, I'm really tired. I actually have not been timing this video, so I don't know how long it's going to be. I'm going to leave it there for now. Next video, I promise 100% will be the start of the story quest, unless there's something massive that I've missed that you need to know in order to even understand what the story quests do, but for the most part it's pretty self-explanatory. That looks a bit better. Anyway, I won't spend too much time on this base equipment. I'm going to get more, obviously, pretty soon. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Next episode's going to be the thing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Ciao. Okay, that little face.